Third time's a charm. That's what we're going to talk about this morning, today, on the Daily Voiceover live stream. How are you doing, guys? Welcome, my friends. Good to see you. As always, appreciate you being here. I'm Bill DeWeese, professional voiceover talent, and for the time being, voiceover coach. And how many of you guys were there last night for the training with Dr. Bana Parker on mindset and voiceover? It's a great training, really good. If you missed it, the good news is this: the videos are available through Friday of this week. So if you want to get a hold of it, now's your chance. I put a link below in the description. You don't want to miss it. Something came up last night in the training, which I wanted to touch on today. And you've heard me talk about this before, but it's so, excuse me, it's so relevant. And again, with it coming up last night in the training, it was fresh on my mind. And that's what third time's a charm is all about. Perfectionistic tendencies. Anybody a self-proclaimed perfectionist? I certainly am. Excuse me. It's one of the things I've had to deal with in voiceover because perfectionism, number one, makes you extremely inefficient. And number two, it really doesn't make you that much better than as good as you think that it's going to be. And what I mean by that is that perfectionism often expresses itself through obsession in doing something over and over and over and over. And you're thinking the whole time, well, it's getting better each time I do it. And oftentimes you reach a point of diminishing returns and it's not getting better. A lot of times, and I'm speaking specifically of performance, it's actually getting worse. Um, and that's what the third time's a charm is about. What I want to do is I want to encourage you. And again, if you're a perfectionist, this is going to be very difficult to do. But for your auditions, I want to encourage you to try not to go beyond 3 takes. I can hear the gasps right now over the internet. I can hear them because I know what that feels like. How could you possibly send in an audition on the 3rd take? You may be saying it takes me at least 10, 15, 25, 50 takes before I feel even semi-comfortable. And that's not even to mention all the editing that goes along with it. I've talked with and worked with so many students over the years, and I have heard over and over the times that people tell me they spend on audition are outrageous. The bottom line is this: it's not moving you forward. It's not moving the needle for you. It's not efficient, and it's not making you as good as you think it might be. And the reality is, if you're a perfectionist, you never really feel like it's any better anyhow. So here's the thing, and I'm saying this from experience, having recorded over 10,000 paid projects, which means Lord knows how many auditions over the years. The point of diminishing returns in voiceover auditions is right around the 3rd take, maybe the 4th take, maybe even the 5th take. But I can pretty much guarantee you, if you're going beyond 5, you're not getting better. You're getting worse at that point. Let me share a quick story, and I've shared it before with you guys, and I shared it last night in the class, but it was an eye-opener for me when it happened. It's one of those things that made a big impact on the way I thought about the way I did voiceover performance. I've been booked for a commercial, some arthritis, pain reliever commercial. I can't remember the name of the drug. I don't even think they advertise anymore. Maybe the FDA pulled it. I don't know. But whatever the case, we had a session. And the first part of the session, well, we started the session with the engineer wanting me to read a little bit just to get a level. So I read a few lines and he got the level adjusted. And then the director jumped on. We did our pleasantries. Hello, nice to meet you. And she said, why don't you go ahead and let's do a first take. So I read the commercial. It was a 15-second commercial, if I remember correctly. And when I finished, to my surprise, she said, no, 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 don't read it like that. Read it like you did when you were getting a level set with the engineer. What? That was a throwaway. That wasn't even the real thing. That was not even practice. That was just setting a level. I wasn't tuned in. I didn't have my best voice. I didn't have my pacing dialed in. I didn't have all the emphasis on what the words and it was a throwaway. I was just saying it. But that's what she loved. Let that sink in for just a second. Think about all the time that you've spent trying to perfect something, going back over and over and never being happy. I'm not always saying that your first take, your throwaway take is going to be your best take. That's not the point. The point was to her, she was an experienced producer, so I've got to trust she knew what she was doing, and it was a major account. It was a major national brand, so it was no small deal. She wanted something that felt and sounded authentic, that didn't sound scripted, that sounded like it was just something that I was sharing as information to be true. And that happened when I wasn't trying. Now, I want you to wrestle with that today a little bit. Think about that. And when I say wrestle with it, I mean, when you get into the studio and start doing your auditions, I want you to start doing some throwaway reads where, again, when I say throwaway read, I don't mean that it doesn't matter. Obviously, it matters. And you need to have looked through the script. You need to know what you're talking about. But don't be so perfectionistic that you have to keep going back and going back, because what happens after about take 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, is you start to squeeze the life out of that thing. You are now trying so hard to be perfect that you're out of your heart and you're into your head. And that's a dangerous place to be when it comes to voiceover. When you're communicating strictly, from a technical standpoint, trying to think through and sound like and be like and pause here, and it no longer feels natural, you're not responding to something authentically, then your chances of being hired were just flushed down the toilet. So just take this reminder with you today. Third time's a charm. Read through it, and then go back, go through it again with a little more intent. And then the third time, just say the words, just do it and just see what happens. And then come back and comment below in the video, below the description in the comments, and let us know what your results were. And I'm willing to bet that we'll see a greater booking rate from you guys when you finally start to let go, to get your grip, that perfectionistic grip off of what you're doing, because it's like somebody gives you the baby hamster and you love the hamster so much, and you squeeze it and you hold it and you want to control it, and then you open your hands and the hamster's dead. Well, voiceover is very much the same way. It's very fragile. And if you squeeze it too tight, you kill it. And you kill your chances to get the job. So, third time's a charm. It won't be easy, but it will be good. It will be good for you. It was good for me. It'll be good for you. All right. If you haven't yet checked in on the live chat, let me know who you are, where you're watching and listening from this morning. Phil, what's going on in Tokyo? Ariel checking in from dark but happy California. Jason says, good morning from Kearney, Nebraska. Paul in Arkansas. John, happy Wednesday from Denver. Scotty in Brookings, South Dakota. John, checking in from Rhinebeck, where it's 3 degrees. Rob in the sunny and chilly San Francisco Bay Area. Hey, Rob. Nephi, good morning in Knoxville. Ron, good morning. Joe, have a Wizard Wednesday, Bill, and all from Joe in the UK. Good to see you, Joe. Hey, Becky, how's it going up there in Michigan? Where's my blanket? Burr. I bet it's cold up there. I know down here in the Chicago area, it's what? It's 8 degrees. No, it's single digits. These eyes aren't doing so well, but it's single digits. I can tell you that much. Corey in Whitehall, Wisconsin. Aaron in Columbia, Missouri. Slit, how are you doing in Newark, Delaware? Terry in Falston, Maryland. Zach checking in from Fargo. Ethan in Toronto. Rusty, good morning to you in the UP of Michigan. Nancy in South Dakota. Kirk in Greenville, South Carolina. Mike in Grants Pass, Oregon. Ty in Longview, Washington, I believe. David in Hamilton, Ontario. Johnny in Florida. Feels like 24 outside. Vince says, good morning, Bill, from rainy 47-degree Palm Bay, Florida. Sarah, what's up in Kentucky? Mike, what's going on? Great class last night. Very helpful tips and advice. Rick says hi from Minneapolis. Wayne in Port Orchard, Washington. Aaron in Linden, Washington. Doug in Greensboro, North Carolina. Alex in Utah. Mandy in Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. It's Amisha in snowy South Carolina. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble now. Let's see what's going on to Mallory. Hey, Mallory. You're live for the morning live stream. Want to say hi?
I'm free in my studio, which is why I look like this. Sorry.
That.
Just back. It's not urgent.
It's not urgent. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure. All right. Talk to you in a few.
Okay. Right.
Bye. Okay. We've got, let's see, Aaron and Lyndon, Mark in North Carolina. Yeah, who did I not say? Okay, Amisha, there we go, in snowy South Carolina. Hey, Mary in New Jersey, David in Gardner, Kansas, Sandra, good morning to you in chilly Worthington. 3, but it feels like minus 12. The frozen tundra of Detroit. Wade, good morning from Philadelphia. Ariel says, you are so right, Bill. We lose so much energy, as does the recording. Jerry, howdy from Dallas. Beth, I was very disappointed that it didn't work out for me to join the live training last night, but I'm looking forward to the recording. Fantastic. Joy, good morning to you in very frigid Southfield, Michigan. Jim and Grable, Jolie, hello, good to see you, Jolie. Glad you were in the class last night as well. Dory, good morning to you in Maryland. Eddie in San Antonio. Valandro and BC, Canada. First time live viewer. Going to ring the bell. Wow, that's loud. This is a great bell. You can tell this is a really good bell. It's so loud. Oh, Valandro, good to have you here today. Tim, what's going on in Altoona? It's Thomas in Chile, Santa Rosa. Love the seminar last night. This reminder is gold. I could see myself going 10 plus takes. Yeah, it's a thing. It definitely is a thing. Lucius in Minnesota, David in Colfax, California. Multiple takes then back to take one before I started doing all that thinking. Wade, great advice. It's about being relaxed. Wally, always good stuff from sunny Maryland. Marla in Texas. It's Destin and Tariq. Ariel says, you look great, Mallory. Good to see you. Paul, what's going on in Greenup, Kentucky? Well, guys, again, here's my challenge to you today. Third time's a charm. Even if you feel like you're wasting your time, think how much time you've wasted already with your perfectionism and squeezing the life out of those reads. It's not going to hurt you to go for a day or two. Just try 3 takes. See what happens. See if your results don't improve. I got a feeling they're going to. And also, let me just say, let's see here, a couple other folks just checked in. Paul, I think I mentioned you. Charles in Southeast Texas. Good to see you, Charles. Hey, Dale, what's up? And Marlene in Fresno, California. Don't kill the hamster. No, don't kill the hamster. Don't squeeze the life out of your voiceover. Have a great day, guys. See you tomorrow.